Thank you very much and good afternoon, everybody. This afternoon we're going to be looking at meetings. We're going to be helping you manage your meetings. Meetings are a fantastic way to communicate, but they can also be a tremendous waste of time. And what we've got to try and do today, and our target today, if we can, is not to say don't have meetings, but to try, if we can, to explore ways in which you can manage your meetings better, to get more out of the time you spend at meetings. And there are a number of mistakes that we make with agendas. I'm going to put an agenda up here on the wall here so you can see. Now this is a typical agenda of a typical meeting. You will typically see this perhaps at the beginning of the meeting. You go into a meeting, it'll be sat there on the desk in front of you. Now, please don't write this down, because every single thing on this page is incorrect in terms of putting the agenda together. This, I say, is typical, but typically we get it wrong when we're putting the agenda together. A few things we've got to be very careful of. Firstly, the date. I've got today there, it's wrong. You don't want to issue the agenda on the day of the meeting. The agenda should be issued at least 5 days in advance of the meeting. And then you pin a little pin a little notice on the bottom to say that these are the agenda items, but if anybody wants to add anything to the agenda, they've got 24 hours to do it. And so you may then have to reissue the agenda 4 days in advance of the meeting. The reason why we do that is simple. Everybody who then comes to the meeting has had time to prepare. They know what the agenda items are going to be, they know what's going to be asked of them, and they probably come to some conclusions in advance. It cuts your meeting time down dramatically. It also has one other very, very important advantage I'm going to show you right at the end of this. Time, we've mentioned time already.
It also breaks that meeting down into more manageable sizes. You as the leader can go from group to group and say, how's it going, guys? Did you consider this? Have you done that? Fine. Good, you're going well, thanks, and you move on to the next one. And you keep everybody involved. If you have an audience this size, or you have a group this size meeting that trying to attend that problem-solving session, it's going to be chaos, and you won't get the exchange of ideas that you really need. So breaking into groups can be very useful. Another one, and possibly even more radical, is to form subcommittees and adjourn, and say, right, I want you all to go away, and during the next week, the first thing you do, please, is you do some research. You investigate the various elements of your part of the problem, or even the whole problem. You might divide into 3 equal groups and say, each of you is going to try and find a solution to this problem. And when we come back, we'll exchange ideas and see what we can do.